Movie villains often embody extreme traits and backstories that tap into real psychological concepts. Psychologists note that villains frequently display dark triad qualities: narcissism, grandiosity, entitlement, lack of empathy, psychopathy, thrill-seeking, impulsivity, callousness, and Machiavellianism, cynical, manipulative strategizing. For example, the Joker's modern incarnations show obsessive attention-seeking and a fragile ego, while characters like Hannibal Lecter exemplify cool rationality with no remorse. Some villains also exhibit sadistic enjoyment of others' pain, often called a dark tetrad trait. Many are driven by childhood trauma or abuse. Their villainy is portrayed as a twisted response to past pain. In Joker, 2019, Arthur Fleck endures abuse and loss, which gradually morph his identity into a vengeful clown. Similarly, dissociative or disturbed villains, e.g. Norman Bates in Psycho, suffer from fractured identities born of trauma. In short, writers tap real disorders, narcissistic or antisocial personality traits, PTSD, etc., and amplify them for drama. According to psychological theories, these portrayals resonate because they let audiences confront the dark side in a safe setting. Carl Jung's idea of the shadow self suggests villains symbolize hidden impulses we all carry. Studies find people actually enjoy recognizing shared traits with villains when it's fiction, because it provides a safe haven to explore unpleasant impulses without real-world guilt. Let's see some case studies. Case studies: The Joker, Batman series. The Joker is perhaps cinema's most famous villain. He has been interpreted as a monstrous clown, a psychopath, and a force of chaos. Recent analyses, e.g. Scriabin 2021, note Joker's character blends narcissistic and psychopathic traits. He craves attention and admiration, narcissism, yet delights in terrorizing others, psychopathy. Joker films often show him suffering abuse and mental illness, which is a convenient but confusing mix of real pathology. In The Dark Knight, the Joker explicitly tries to force Batman to break his moral code, reflecting Jungian shadow play. He represents Batman's dark passenger, daring the hero to embrace chaos. Audiences find Joker compelling because he is unpredictable and insane, yet oddly embodies secret wishes. How far could one go if rules disappeared? Psychologist Rebecca Krauss suggests people high in disorganized, chaotic traits may feel drawn to the Joker's character. In short, the Joker's backstory of trauma, a pilloried comic and later a victim of violence, combined with his grandiose antisocial behavior, exemplifies how films exaggerate mental illness to create a memorable villain. Darth Vader, Star Wars. Anakin Skywalker's turn to evil as Darth Vader illustrates trauma-turned nemesis. As a child, Anakin was enslaved and later witnessed death of loved ones. Psychologically, this fits Maslow's idea that lacking love and security can fuel dark impulses. Vader's villainy is driven by fear of loss and a need for control. Filmmakers George Lucas and others framed Vader as a tragic villain. One of the most powerful Sith lords, he exudes discipline and authority. This competence makes him frightening but also fascinating. Critics note that Vader's redemption, sacrifice for Luke, underscores that his pathology was partly curable by love. Thus, Vader reflects both a tyrant archetype, authority figure misused, and the shadow of the hero. His fall warns what extreme fear and ambition can do. Viewers empathize with Vader's pain, especially after watching the prequels, yet fear his complete surrender to darkness, making him an enduring villain. Lord Voldemort, Harry Potter series. Tom Riddle, a boy orphaned and unloved, grows into Lord Voldemort, a wizard obsessed with power and purity. He shows classic narcissism, believing himself superior to all, plus a ruthless ideology, pure blood supremacy. Psychologically, Voldemort lacks empathy and fear. There is no good and evil, only power. His quest to conquer death, making Horcruxes, reflects existential dread and extreme control freak behavior. Childhood rejection and obsession with the mother's love, which he never received, feed his cruelty. Viewers see him as evil incarnate, yet even his fate, being undone by someone who loves him, hints at unresolved trauma. So, why do we keep returning to the villains? Maybe it's not because we support them, but because, somewhere deep down, we understand them. In their cruelty, we see our rage. In their ambition, our hunger. In their isolation, our fears. And through fiction, we safely flirt with that darkness, without ever stepping into it. Because villains are more than obstacles for heroes, they are mirrors to our minds, reflections of what we suppress, and reminders of the choices we don't make. And that's what makes them unforgettable. This was the psychology behind movie villains. If you found this video thought-provoking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden patterns of storytelling, psychology,